Hey, talking about electricity and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You almost never see a streetcar anymore.
I did. I was down in Pittsburgh here the other week.
Oh, yeah, Pittsburgh still has streetcars.
Yeah, I was in Pittsburgh, and I always wanted to ride the streetcar. See, that's why I was telling you about the streetcar.
Yeah, I haven't rode on a streetcar since I was up Cleveland years ago.
Yeah, I remember I got on this. Which one are we speaking at?
They both work.
They do, huh? Well, anyhow, I remember I got on this streetcar and I rode about a block, and that feller, he was pushing the handle there. He said,
That's the conductor.
He said, you'll have to get off as far as I'm going. So I got off and I went over and I got another streetcar. I rode about a block and he said, you'll have to get off as far as I'm going. I'm getting pretty mad about here, chewing up chew nails and spitting buckshot. So I went across the street and I got in another streetcar and I rode about a block, and that there fella said, you'll have to get off as far as I'm going. That made me so mad, I just went across the street and got one of them buses.
Got on a bus?
Yeah, one of them buses things. A fella sits in there and he works a couple pedals. Stuff like that there. Boy, we were just going down through town about 60 minutes in, we was going.
Uh-huh.
And that there fella seen the sign out there that said bus stop. So he pushed on a pedal and right in there to the curb and he stopped the bus. And it was a big fat woman trying to get on that bus. She tried to get on the front end of the bus, then to the back end of the bus, then to the front end of the bus, then to the back end of the bus. Finally, the driver got mad,
He did?
Yeah, he said, lady, which end are you trying to get on here? She said, you mind your own business and I'll get both ends on. And she did. She struggled buggied sideways through the door and she come in there. I had my hat laying in the seat beside me. And she squatted on that hat like a setting hen on a dozen eggs. And of course, I tapped her on the shoulder and I said, lady, I said, do you know what you're sitting on?
Yeah.
She said, well, I should, sonny boy. I've been sitting on it for 34 years. It looked it too, I'll tell you right now. Anyhow, that bus driver, he took off down through town, and out through the edge of town there. And we got out there a little ways, and there's a telephone pole jumped right smack in front of that bus. Just like that.
Telephone pole?
Yes, sir. He smacked right in front, and that bus, it stopped. Just like that.
Yeah.
And me, I kept right on going. Just like that. Right through the windshield.
Windshield?
Over the radio.
Radiator.
Crossed the road. Leaped the ditch and hit a bunch of rocks and through a briar patch and lit right smack in my back. And I looked up and here come that big fat woman. Right straight through the windshield, over the radio, across the road, leaped the ditch, down through that briar patch, hit them bunch of rocks and lit right straddle my neck. I looked up at her and said, lady, you're gonna have to get off as far as I'm going.